Hi guys, welcome back. It's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So as you guys can see, today I'm actually talking about the Pantone color of the year. I actually didn't do this last year. I took a break last year and it didn't really appeal to me too much, the gray and the yellow. I felt like it was like eh. This year I'm actually very excited about the color because it's kind of like a color that has more than what the eye sees right on front of it. Like as you see it, you kind of like look into it more and you realize, there's a little bit of a secret dimension to this shadow. So today I want to share with you guys some of the colors that I feel are similar to the Pantone color of the year in my collection. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun this year to incorporate this shade into a lot of different looks that I am doing, especially in this month of January because I love the color blue in January. But the best part about this video is I am collaborating with the beautiful Paula here. If you're not familiar with who Paula is from A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It. She is a project panner. She is so much fun to watch. I love watching her project pans. I love her honesty and her non-apologetic personality when it comes to her project pans, and I love watching her. She has a great sense of humor. I love watching her kids in her videos, and her beautiful dog Kitty reminds me so much of Leo because Leo is the same way. If you have no clue who I am talking about, I will link her down in the description box. I have collaborated with her in the past, and I'm very excited to see what she has in her collection because Miss Paula has a collection that is a very lengthy one, like a long period of time one. My collection is not I don't think it's more than a decade old, and hers is more than that. So I'm sure she has awesome oldies in her collection that she can share with us that are this color that, you know how things repeat itself. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. If that's something that interests you, stay tuned. But first, if you're new to my channel, hello, my name's Alejandra. I go by Alex. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a Dash project pan. If that is something that you want to see in your feed, don't forget to subscribe. Join us over here. And now let's get on with the shades that I pulled out. I kid you not, every time I wear a beige or white shirt, I feel like my face never matches my neck. And it has to do with the shirt that I'm wearing. Because in real life, it does match. But on camera, I'm sure it's not matching. It's the shirt. Every time I wear a white or cream shirt, it always does this. And I noticed it the last time this happened. So anyway, I want to share with you guys some singles and some palettes that may have it. Now this shade, I'm going to put it up on the screen. This shade, it has a little bit more fun undertones to it. It's a blue, but with a purple twist to it. It's like a blurple, or you could also say it's a purple with a blue undertone. It's either way, it's a blue-purple shade. So you're not wrong with the shade. It's not a periwinkle shade. It's not like that light blue shade. It has some sort of like shift to it. If you see and Google this shade, you're gonna notice that some pictures it looks purple, some pictures it looks blue. It's a little bit of a like a evil twin kind of thing. It's like a yin and yang kind of shade. It's interesting. So I have a few things. I do have one polish I want to share with you guys that I feel like really brings out the shade. Now, obviously, I don't have the exact shade. I don't say that this is exactly the shade. Just know this is in the same color family when I share these colors with you. So first, let's start off with the nail polish. Actually, this nail polish is on both of my girls right now. They wanted to wear it when I pulled it out. This is from What's Up Beauty. This is in the shade Downpour. And as you guys can see, it's like a blue, but it has like a purple undertone to it. It's really beautiful. I actually did not put this on. I meant to do this last night and I completely forgot due to the fact that we got more snow today and school got canceled. So this is what this shade looks like. It's beautiful. And I love the formula of these nail polishes. So I would say like this is the closest nail polish that I own. And I own quite a few that I would say it's like the Very Peri color where you're getting the blue purple shift. And it's beautiful. All right, a lot of these shades are on my eyeballs today, you guys. I do not have one palette alone. I have like 5 different colors and 5 different things that I'm going to share with you guys today. So let's start out with the newest one. Now this palette is new to me. I have yet to use it. I've yet to swatch it, but as soon as I opened it, I knew this was a shade that could fall into the Very Peri family. This is from Give Me Glow. This is the Bad Witch Club palette. I just got this for the Christmas season, so I have yet to play around with it. This is what this palette looks like. But this is the shade right here that I feel like would be...
What is wrong with me today?
No tragedies, thank God. So this is the shade that I would say is the closest. It's called Relax. It's Only Magic. See how it's like that bluish purple? It's really pretty. And I love the Give Me Glow color stories and their palette. So I know this is going to be a good one. But see how beautiful that is? I barely even put my finger on it. But I would say that is the first shade that I would call Very Peri. You're looking at it in one angle, it looks purple, but you look at it with blues, it looks blue. It's like that chameleon shade. It's not a duochrome, it's not a shifting shade, but it has that purple blue undertone to it. So I would say this is the first shade that I would call a Very Peri. I keep wanting to call it Blurple. Up next, this palette is the palette that got into my brain once I saw this color story or this shade itself. This is from the Juvias place, Wahala 2 palette. You guys know that this has a lot of blues in it, and I would say the shade that's very close to Very Peri would be this one called Wicked. This is very close. Actually, if not, see, this one is a little bit more blue based than the one in the Give Me Glow, but it's right there. Can you guys see that? This one has more purple. This one has more blue in it. But I would say, see, it's in the same color family. It's very hard to pinpoint. It's not just a canary yellow or a bright orange. It's something else. So that's why this is an interesting shade this year, because you can go either way with it. I'm sure when you guys saw Very Peri, you guys thought of this palette right over here. This is the Butte Bean and Shroud Cosmetics. It's freaking bats. And the color right here is Spooky. Spooky is what I'm wearing in my transition, like up on my crease area. And I would say, see, oh my goodness, you guys, this is so much fun, actually. Here is that shade right here. You guys can see that that has more blue. Give Me Glow is more purple. It's very close to the Wahala 2, but it has a little bit more light white to it. So you guys can see it right there. Isn't that cool? I love that. Up next that I have is from the Blueberry Muffin palette. I'm sure a lot of you guys thought about this one. This one is a little bit lighter than what I would have wanted, but this is the shade that I'm going to go with. It's called Cheat Day. So with this one, it's a little bit more white based, but it has the purple. Wow. See, it has more purple than the Shroud and the Wahala. It's closer to the Give Me Glow, but it still has more blue to it. You could see it right there. Interesting. Up next is the palette from Menagerie Cosmetics, the Pastel Pup. This one, you can go with either one of these two, but I'm going to go with Ice Cap. See here? Ice Cap is the one that I would say is the closest, even though I feel like this is very light blue, but it's, this one's the least closest to Very Peri, but I wanted to show you guys, just in case you have this palette, you could probably get away with using that one. And that one's called Ice Cap from the Menagerie. My fingers are so stained right now. This palette, my goodness, I feel like this is the palette that I keep saying I would declutter, but it always comes up in a video. This is the LA Girl Desert Dream palette. And actually, I felt like this shade, it's a little bit more purple based, but I feel like this shade right here called Ferris Wheel would be one that would be rather close. It's like a purple. See how these mattes are just terrible, but here we are, still messing with this palette. See it right there? It's like a purple blue, so it's getting there. The Norvina Volume 3. This one's the one that has the most blues in it, and this one is perfect. This is the shade B2. This is the shade that I have all over my lid under the shimmer shade. I thought that this was perfect. So B2 is definitely a Very Peri. Yeah. Wow. This one is very, very close to the Desert Dream palette. Can you see that? This is what we have so far for Very Peri. We're getting there, you guys. It's that blue purple shade. Now the last three shades are not matte. These are more of shimmer shades. So the first one that I have is from the Magic palette. This is called Fossil, which is this one right here, the one that everyone seems to love in this palette. So it's like a purple pink. But it's there. I wish it had more blue to it, but you could probably get away with it. See, it's like more purple pink. And the last two shades are singles, you guys. And I have this one on my lower lash line. This is by ColourPop called Fault Line. Can you see that? It's like a blue, purple, blue, purple. So I'm going to swatch this one for you guys. But it is what I'm wearing on my lower lash line, and it's beautiful. This one pulls more purple than blue, but it still has that purple bluish feel to it. And the last one is what I'm wearing all over my lid, which is gorgeous. This is a JD Glow single called Insane. You guys can probably see that blue purpleness to it. It's like a purple with blue iridescent maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to describe that one, but it's awesome. It's what's all over my lid, and it just works so nice with blues or purples, depending on what you have. See? In some lights, it's blue. Some lights, it's purple. Depending on where you put it or what you put it on top of, that's what you're going to get. Because I put a dark blue all over my lid, it looks more blue, but it has purple to it too. So here are all the shades that I would say are the Very Peri shade. As you guys know, it's an interpretation of your own, what you think the shadow is. The shadow can look blue or purple. I have one shirt. It's a summer shirt that represents the Very Peri, but it's like a darker shade. So I didn't want to wear it because I didn't think it would go well. But these are the shades that I would say are in my collection. I was actually very surprised that of all the palettes that I own, not many are in this color story. And I think it is, one, because I'm not a fan of blue all the time. And two, I tend to not buy a lot of blue based or blue color stories. Even the Blue Moon palette by ColourPop, surprisingly, none of the ColourPop palettes came in here. The Blue Moon ColourPop palette, it was very blue white based. It wasn't like this blue purple undertone kind of feeling. So that's why that palette wasn't in here. So I'm excited to see what palettes, how the market, how the makeup industry will incorporate this color into their either packaging or their shadows or maybe even highlighters, you guys. I don't know. But this is a beautiful shade. I'm not somebody who wears blues all the time, but it is a beautiful shade. I'm curious to see what your interpretation is. What palettes do you have in your collection that you would say are the Very Peri color? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'll link all of these palettes down in the description box, including the singles if you are interested and if they're still available. I'll link them down in the description box so that way you have access to them if you want to check it out, as well as the Pantone color of the year. Thank you so much to Paula for joining me. I can't wait to see what her picks are for this. I didn't have a lot of this, which surprised me, considering I have a ton of makeup, especially eyeshadows. So thank you again. I'll put more videos on the screen for your enjoyment. Until then, adios.